Hi, my name is Andrea. I'm the head of computer vision and machine learning here at ClimbAlong. In this demo, I will show you how our movement recognition software can be used to help judges during bouldering competition. I will be using some footage taken from the recent World Cup that took place in Innsbruck, and while I will be using some pre-recorded videos, that's not a requirement or a limitation of our software. We can easily use a camera streaming real-time data to the software, either using a camera connected through cable or over IP. So first step is to define the boulder problem. We simply click on this button here, and you can see green boxes appearing around the holes. These boxes are detected using the AI that we developed here at ClimbAlong. So we simply start by selecting the starting hold, and we can simply click inside the boxes corresponding to the to the starting holds. Then we go to the next step. We select the top, the zone, and all the remaining holds. Last step is to select a couple of points along the border between the mattress and the wall so that we have a rough idea of where the floor is. Then we can confirm, and our boulder problem is defined. We can also give a name to the boulder problem, in this case M1, and we can also put the name of the climber that is going to climb. I believe in this video will be Ogata from the Japanese team. And then we simply press start. We can see the timer has started, and the analysis of the video is also starting. I think the climber will come out very soon. There they are, and this is the Ogata from Japan, and is the climber we will focus on. You can see a red box and a red skeleton drawn on top of the climber. That skeleton is detecting in real time while the video is being played using our AI that we developed at ClimbAlong. We are using the AI to detect a few key points, for example joints in the knees, elbows, shoulder, and we use those points to analyze the movement. So now we can see that the climber has started climbing and he reached the zone. So we detected zone 1 in one attempt. And now we detect the top also in one attempt. So now we can either stop the video, stop the analysis, or we can wait for the timer to run out, like you will probably do during a competition. I will stop it now. So yeah, we can see that we got a top in one attempt, zone in one attempt, with one total attempt. And now during a competition, you will probably have more athletes coming out to climb the same boulder problem. So we don't need to redefine the boulder again. We can simply change the name of the climber here and press start again, and a new analysis will start with a new climber. I will now load another video, again from Innsbruck, this time from M3. So I will change the name of the boulder. I don't remember the name of the climber, but it is still again from the Japanese team. So we follow the same step. We define the boulder problem. You can see again the bounding boxes appearing around the hold. And this time we are actually missing one of the start holds. We can click add new hold here and click a few points around the hold to include it in our detection. And then we can select the start. One hand, and to fit. We select the top, the zone, and all the remaining holds. And a couple of points along the floor line. Now our boulder problem has been defined. We can simply press start again and wait for the analysis to be done. So this is the climber we will focus on, and the reason why sometimes some of the part of the skeleton are not shown, or they disappear, or they jump around, is because the skeleton that is being shown right now is the real-time detection of those key points. But what's happening behind the scene before our analysis is applied is we do some post-processing on the skeleton data using the results from the previous frames and the next frames, and we do some smoothing and correction. What we're seeing now is simply the raw data, and we're displaying the key points that have a confidence level above a fixed threshold. So while I was talking, he got the zone on his first attempt, and now he's on the floor again. Here in the bottom right, you can see two timers beside the main countdown. One is called last rest duration, which is basically counting either the current rest or the duration of the last rest that was taken by the climber. And the timer on the right is showing either the duration of the current attempt or the duration of the previous attempt if the climber is currently resting. So in this video, there will be multiple attempts, so we can see how our software works when the climber don't flash a problem. So yeah, now the climber is starting, now he's climbing, he reached the zone again, and you can see now that the total attempts number has been increased from 1 to 2. So it's counting correctly the number of attempts. And now he's on the floor again. So this, as I was saying, these two timers at the bottom maybe are not really relevant for judges, but if you're a coach and you're monitoring your athletes, you can see, you can study if they're using a right strategy. For example, if he climbed for 21 seconds, like in this case, maybe you would like them to take a longer rest, and you can see yeah, you can see how long they're resting and what their strategy is. So it's starting a new attempt. It increased to 3, the total number of attempts. And I believe we will get the top very soon. And there it is. So now again we can either stop or wait for the timer to run out. Okay, so now we got top on the third attempt, zone on the first, with a total of 3 attempts. So now you are a judge, maybe you get some complaints or you want to review. We can click on the second tab here at the top, video review, where we can either replay the full video, or we can, here on the right there is a table with the most important events of the analysis, and we can simply click anywhere on the table to replay a short clip showing that event. So in this case I replayed the first zone on the first attempt. We can also check if an attempt is valid. So instead of looking through the video to find the right point, we can easily click and review. And we can also check the top. That looks like a top, so we count it. So this is very useful for judges to review after an attempt is completed. Here in the last tab, we can see a timeline of the climber. We can see the high point, so the highest hold they reached on each attempt, and how long they climbed for and how long they rested. Here on the left, you can see in the table the climb duration and rest. And if we click on a specific attempt, we can see a zoomed in version of it. And if we click on another attempt, then we can compare the climb between different attempts. So we can see that on attempt number 2, the climber was a bit slower compared to the final attempt when they got the top. And we can also add data from another climber, maybe climbing the same boulder, so we can compare how different climbers are approaching the same boulder problem. Here we can see in green, those are data again from male 3, but from a different climber. We can see it took 5 attempts instead of 3. And if we want to compare the attempt where they both got the top and see what the differences were, we can simply click on those and we can see, okay, climber 1 moved a bit slower to get higher, but then he was quicker to do movements in between holds. And then you can say, okay, maybe climber 1 takes a bit more time to think, but then is more aggressive when it decides to move. So yeah, this is our movement recognition software, and these are the main features that can be used for judging. Let us know if you have any question.